day from Kamakura, Japan, on this Saturday, August 13th. It's 25 degrees outside. I'm indoors here because we had some rain overnight, and it seems to have let up. So I think maybe we can go out. Listen to me. Maybe I can go out for my morning walk. I've prepared for the approaching typhoon by turning my furniture upside down, putting weights on some things here. This is the watermelons. Got one there, and got another one over here. So hopefully everything will hold up. Things are looking good. I've taken the parasol off of the tower. And here, let's do some cleanup. Yeah, there we go. A little better. Oh, and we do have some strawberries here. Yeah, so I'll take them inside before the rains come. Yeah. And over here, how are things looking? Well, the plants are still going strong, just not producing much of anything. And I've got a nice looking eggplant there. So I'll come back for that too. And I'll tell you about this. This is the new compost pile. So, got a few hours of no rain, so I'm going to go out and take my morning walk. And then we'll come back and do some other preps before the storm comes. Here's that spider. Quite a web there. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's quite a web. Well, I got caught in the rain and the sun shining. Yeah, what a day. We've got a typhoon coming, so I'll have to go back home and batten down the garden, make sure everything's not going to blow away. Well, here we go, typhoon season. Well, I'm just back from my morning walk, and I noticed this dead raccoon dog right outside my house here. Hasn't been here too long. His eyes are still clear. I'll have to call the city and have them come and remove him. Well, it just dawned on me that today is Saturday, so I can't call the city office. They're closed today. So I'm just going to toss the carcass into the woods. Hopefully it won't stink too much. Well, back here at home, I thought it'd be best to bring in my plants, my avocado plants, the 3 of them, to get them in here and safe. I've picked a couple tomatoes, and they're splitting from so much rain, but they'll be all right. So let me get these 3 okra here. I moved them over next to the door here so that they don't get blown away. I don't know if you can see, but the rain is coming down quite a bit, and the winds are picking up. So I've turned the furniture upside down just to minimize the blowing. I'm hoping that everything else will be okay. Well, I've got to go inside. This is too much. The weather forecasters said it would be a small typhoon, but still we're going to have a lot of winds, so I don't want to take any chances. Let's get this stuff inside here and dry off. And I'll keep an eye on the tomato netting right here. See what happens. The bamboo scaffolding should be okay. I'm pretty confident with that. I'll have to drive into Tokyo in the typhoon, but I've done that many times in the 40 years that I've lived here in Japan. I should be okay. I'll be careful. So that means today we'll do some indoor projects. Remember that jam that I was talking about a few months ago? Well, I think I'll give that a try this weekend. Yeah, I still have the Natsu Mikan in the fridge there. And although some of them have dried up a bit, I think they'll be nice and sweet. I'll get some juice out of them. And I'll finally get to carving up this zucchini here. and shredding it. And wouldn't you know it, just moments later, the sun comes out. So a bit of a respite before the heavy winds and rains come later today and last all day and into tomorrow. Well, it's been far too long to let these nuts and pecans sit in the fridge. Hope it's not too late. Hope they haven't dried out. Okay, so let me get this done and we'll be back. Okay, down to the last one here. And now I'm going to go back and de-seed these. There are a lot of seeds here. So it is a bit time consuming, but in the end, it'll all be worth it. So I'm just cutting a V shape right in the center portion there and just squeeze out the seeds. Okay, I think we're pretty much done here. Got most of the seeds out. Drain this here. I've saved some of the peels. I'm going to slice these very thinly, and we'll add that to the mix. And I'll simply julienne these. I don't want them too thick. Okay, I'll need some water here. And when this comes to a boil, I'm going to boil these peels 3 times. And while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to melt some sugar. That's about 2 cups. So we'll start cooking the sugar. And once the sugar starts to melt and become a syrup, I'll add in the natsumikan, the summer orange. Okay, so most of the sugar has melted, and I'm simply going to add in the orange very carefully, and I'll cover this and let it come up to heat. Okay, this has come up to a boil. Drop in our peels, and I'll let this boil for about a minute. And I can see that over here it's coming to a boil. This is going to take a while. And once these start to reduce, I'll be doing some straining and constantly stirring. So far, so good. Okay, so that's done. 3rd boil. Okay, so the boil has begun here. I'm going to add these straight in and let them cook down. Okay, a lot of liquid there. It's going to take a little while to come up to temperature and evaporate. So, let's cut our zucchini here. And then the bottom edge. Okay. Alrighty. I tell you, this doesn't look like zucchini. Let's see what the center of this bulb looks like. Does that look like zucchini to you? Let me slice a bit here and well, let's give this a taste. Very odd. Pleasant, but odd. Not quite sure what to make of this. You know, I think this is a cross between a pumpkin and a butternut squash. So, yeah, I think we had some cross-pollination here, but it's edible. So I'm going to process this as if this were a pumpkin. So I'm going to freeze some, and I'm going to roast some of it as well. Okay, back to the marmalade. I'll leave this uncovered. Turn the heat down just a little bit. I don't want it to overboil. That would create quite a mess. And I'll try to remove as many seeds as I can as I come across them. Let's get that long handle out of the way. Wonder how the sweetness is at this point. Oh, very nice. Very tangy. I'm going to cube this one. And this one as well. And I think I'll just go ahead and put these into a bag for now. And I'll skin these and grate them. Okay, let's see what this looks like grated. Okay, let's see if this will fit in this bag. So what I'll do is sometime this weekend I'll make some sort of bread, zucchini bread. And what I'll do is I'll wrap these two and use them later. Either freeze them or put them in some sort of soup or something, or make some more bread, depending on how this turns out. And these I'll freeze in a flat layer so they don't stick together too much, and I'll cook this weekend. Okay, this is coming along nicely. It's going to take a long time to cook down. Okay, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to strain this. I think there's just a little bit too much pulp. That looks pretty good. And this I'll return to the pan with just a touch more water. Okay, I've been picking out some of the large pieces of pulp. You can see over here. Yeah, things like that. Yeah, it's looking pretty good, much better. So, I think we're ready to can these. Looks good. I'll let these cool here on the countertop, and then later I'll put them in the fridge. And hopefully by this time tomorrow, noon tomorrow, we'll have Natsumikan marmalade. Summer orange marmalade. And here we are, 22 hours later, the next day. I have a fresh loaf of banana bread that I made. Okay, let's spread some of our marmalade. Okay, let's see how this tastes. It's delicious. Tangy, but sweet. Absolutely delicious. This was a long time coming, but it works out wonderfully. You might be able to hear the rain behind me. The typhoon is coming. It's still 10 in the morning. It'll be here in this afternoon. I hope the weather's nice wherever you are. Until we meet again, do take care. Bye-bye.